what if everything you thought you knew about Meghan Markle was a lie? Because just when the headlines started to fade, her own father dropped a bombshell that flipped the royal fairy tale upside down. He didn't hold back, claiming Meghan froze. Her eggs years ago had a hysterectomy and may never have been able to carry children at all. And if that wasn't shocking enough, her own brother backed him up. Now the internet is spiraling. Was the pregnancy staged? Were the kids real? Or just a cover story? Footage has surfaced, photos are being dissected, and the palace? Silent. But silence isn't innocence. It's fuel. Because when Meghan's own family turns on her, you have to ask, what else has been hidden from us? Stick around. What we're about to show you is something even the mainstream media won't touch.
And she's changed. She's not the daughter I knew. My daughter was a much more giving, loving person than she is now.
Let's start with the explosion that kicked this all off. Meghan's own father, Thomas Markle, didn't just throw shade, he set fire to the royal story. In an interview that went viral overnight, he claimed Meghan had her eggs frozen years ago. Not only that, but he strongly implied she may have had a hysterectomy, meaning she wouldn't be able to carry children at all. The real kicker? He says this all happened before Prince Harry was even in the picture, and just when people started yelling, "That's just a bitter dad," her brother stepped in and basically dropped the mic. He backed it all up. So now we're looking at two close family members saying Meghan's pregnancies were biologically impossible. That's not a rumor anymore. That's a full-blown family mutiny. You can't help but wonder, why would they lie? What's in it for them? If anything, it hurts them more than it helps. Unless it's the truth. Suddenly, the glossy royal baby photos feel more like props in a publicity machine than family milestones. And let's be real, Meghan acting. Shocked at these claims is like a Netflix reboot pretending to be original. Girl, we've seen this episode before. And just wait. Because if you think this was the biggest reveal, you haven't seen anything yet. Here's where things get even messier. Freezing eggs isn't cheap. We're talking anywhere from $8,000 to $9,000 per month just for storage. Back when Meghan supposedly froze hers, she wasn't exactly rolling in royal gold. In fact, insiders say she made about $7,000 per episode on Suits, and that's when she even showed up. Across over 100 episodes, her total screen time barely added up to 2 hours. 2 hours. That's less than most people spend binge-watching bad reality shows on a Sunday. So here's the question. How do you pay $9K a month to keep your eggs frozen when you're only making $7K sporadically? And remember, this is before Harry, before titles, before Netflix deals. Meghan's wallet back then was about as empty as her relationship with the British press. And now, people are connecting the dots. If the eggs were lost, if she truly had a hysterectomy, how did she suddenly pop up years later with 2 perfectly timed royal babies? It's like magic. Or maybe a script. One that skipped a few plot holes. And honestly, if Meghan was playing a struggling actress back then, she deserves an award. Not for Suits, but for the most expensive cliffhanger in modern royal history. Now here's where things start to feel off. Meghan Markle, the woman who practically rebranded herself as a royal role model, seems surprisingly distant when it comes to her kids. We're not talking about rare photos or being private. We're talking zero warmth. No hugs, no messy mom moments, no spontaneous kisses, just staged photo shoots and stiff body language. In almost every public appearance, the kids feel more like accessories than children. You ever see someone hold a baby like it's a designer purse? Meghan somehow made it look fashionable. In one clip, she awkwardly holds a toddler like it's the first time she's touched a child. No eye contact, no emotional connection, just robotic smiles for the cameras. And the internet noticed. Comment sections blew up. Why does Meghan look like she downloaded mom behavior off Google Docs? One user joked. Another said she holds her child like she's afraid it might drool on her Valentino. This isn't hate. It's observation. Even her most loyal defenders are scratching their heads. Because if everything about your public image screams devoted mom, why does every candid moment feel like a PR stunt? And if that wasn't enough to make you raise an eyebrow, buckle up. Because the next part is so weird, it makes Buckingham Palace look subtle. Remember when Meghan and Harry were spotted at Disneyland with their daughter? Cute, right? Except, people started comparing footage from different days and noticed something truly bizarre. The child looked different. Like, not just she changed outfits different, but this might not be the same kid different. We're talking height discrepancies, different hair textures, and facial features that didn't match. Social media exploded with side-by-sides. So, did they rent a kid? One post joked, racking up thousands of likes. Meghan Stan said it's just the lighting, but if lighting can change your face and body type overnight, we need to put that filter on everything. And then there's the infamous moon bump video, aka Meghan's Oscar-worthy belly performance. Caught on camera during the pandemic, she walks into a hospital wearing what viewers claim looked like a clearly fake baby bump. As she squats down, the bump visibly folds like a pillow being stuffed into tight jeans. No joke. It looked like her belly clocked out early and went home. Let's be real. Either Meghan's stomach has circus-level flexibility or something sketchy is going on, especially since hospital restrictions were sky-high during that time. No random film crews, no unscheduled visits, no playing maternity cosplay for content. This isn't just drama, it's data. People zoomed in, frame by frame, analyzing the footage like it was the Zapruder film, and what they saw didn't scream pregnancy. It screamed props department error. So now we're not just asking, did she fake a baby bump? We're asking why she needed to fake one in the first place. Okay, let's talk receipts, or the stunning lack of them. Meghan Markle is one of the most photographed women on the planet. Every outfit, every coffee run, every side-eye to the press, documented. But somehow, there's not a single clear, candid photo of her visibly pregnant in the wild. No paparazzi snaps, no hospital staff sightings, no medical professionals confirming anything. And let's not forget, this isn't some off-the-grid influencer giving birth in a forest yurt. This is a woman tied to the British royal family. Security, schedules, press, everything about her. Life was public. So how does someone that famous go through 2 pregnancies and not leave behind a single shred of hospital documentation? Not even a blurry photo from a nurse's phone? For someone who allegedly birthed 2 royal heirs, she made less noise than a secret Vegas wedding. And then there's the weirdness with the kids' birth certificates. One moment, her royal title is mysteriously removed. The next, it's back. Insiders claim US officials were so confused by this switch-up, they reportedly reached out to King Charles for clarification. That's not protocol. That's panic, even. The Royal Palace, which usually has a press release ready for everything from corgi birthdays to tea spills, had no real announcement photos, no hospital steps moment, nothing. Compare that to Kate Middleton, who stood outside the hospital, mere hours after birth looking like she just walked off a Vogue shoot. Meghan, radio silence, zero transparency. And when people started asking questions, the answers got vague, like, let's change the subject vague, but the public's not stupid. They're connecting the dots, and every missing piece is starting to look like a cover-up. But Meghan's not doing this alone, because the next player in this royal chess match is a prince who may be in on it just as deep. Now let's not pretend Harry's just some lost puppy in this whole thing. While Meghan's behavior raised eyebrows, Harry's been right there smiling, waving, and dodging every tough question with royal precision. This is the guy who said he hates the press, yet somehow manages to be in just the right shot every time they need to look like a loving family. And here's the wildest part. Despite Queen Elizabeth's clear wishes, Harry reportedly pushed for both kids to receive HRH, her Royal Highness titles, even after stepping away from royal duties. According to multiple sources, Charles caved. That's not a parenting win. That's a PR power move. Why push so hard for royal titles after walking away from royal life? Unless the titles themselves are the only glue holding the illusion together. 2 kids with HRH status means long-term leverage, book deals, brand value, political influence. And if you start to believe the rumors, maybe that was the point all along, because Harry's not just going along with things. He's allegedly helping shape the narrative, calling paparazzi when it's convenient, suing them when it's not, making public speeches about family privacy, while giving Oprah everything but their dental records. The hypocrisy is loud, but what's louder? The silence from the palace. No denials, no clarifications, just awkward inaction while the royal brand gets dragged through a fog of rumors and staged photo ops. And let's be honest, silence at this point doesn't sound like dignity. It sounds like damage control. So here's the million-dollar theory, literally. What if this wasn't just about babies, but branding? Some insiders believe Meghan's entire motherhood narrative wasn't about building a family, it was about building a legacy. Royal children, that's permanent influence. 2 HRH-titled kids born into the firm, even while the parents walk away from royal duties, that's PR gold. Think about it. The Sussex brand without kids is just a couple with a podcast. But with royal children, suddenly they're protecting the future of the monarchy. Suddenly every interview becomes more important. Every Netflix deal gains weight. Every public appearance carries the aura of royal responsibility, even if they technically quit. If Meghan did go to extreme lengths to appear as a mother, the motive isn't just personal, it's political. It locks her into the royal institution forever, not by title, but by bloodline, or at least the illusion of it. And while we're on the topic of illusions, here's where you might want to keep watching closely, because what we found next makes everything you've seen so far look tame by comparison. We're talking about a public image that's not just cracking, it's collapsing in real time. By the way, if this is the first time you're hearing this side of the story, you're definitely not alone. Stick with us, we've still got the most damning footage to break down. At first, it was just whispers, a few Twitter threads here, a TikTok theory there. But now, people are dissecting every public appearance like it's a CSI episode. They're comparing photos, analyzing footage, and noticing one chilling pattern. Things don't add up. One day the kids look like carbon copies of Meghan and Harry. The next, something's off. The nose, the jawline, even the height. We're not talking crazy conspiracy here. We're talking visual proof that's making even longtime fans go, wait, what? Then there's the body language. Experts have pointed out Meghan often avoids direct eye contact with the children. Her gestures feel mechanical, like someone performing a role, not living it. And those candid moments, they're as staged as a royal Christmas card. Always the perfect angle, always the ideal lighting, always just enough to say, see, we're normal, without showing anything real. Even Harry's slipping. That big speech about protecting his family, delivered with more drama than sincerity. And behind the scenes, it's been reported that even some palace insiders are raising eyebrows, but staying silent to avoid fallout. And here's where it gets dangerous, because when the illusion finally breaks, when too many people ask too many questions, and the press can't shield them anymore, what happens next could shatter more than just Meghan's image. It could expose the monarchy's quiet complicity. After all, who approved the titles? Who stayed silent when things didn't add up? If this really is the biggest PR stunt in royal history, then everyone from the palace to the press might be involved. And if you think that's far-fetched, just wait until you see what Meghan did next to keep the story alive. We'll break that down in an upcoming video. Don't miss it. So now the question isn't if something's off, it's how deep the deception goes. From family confessions to fake belly clips, swapped out kids, and total media silence. It's starting to look less like a royal mystery and more like the greatest PR illusion of our time. And if the palace really knew all along, then this isn't just Meghan's scandal, it's everyone's. But hey, maybe we're wrong. Maybe it's all just one big misunderstanding, right? Let us know what you think. Is this the royal truth unraveling or just another internet theory gone wild? Because either way, the cracks are showing and something big is coming. Before you go, please note, this video discusses ongoing legal proceedings based on alleged and unverified information. All claims and allegations mentioned have not been confirmed by official sources and are part of a developing case. The views shared are for commentary and discussion purposes only. Always check for updates from reliable sources. Thanks for watching.